everyone, welcome to another video of programming in C. In this video we are going to see a new concept in C which is known as pointer. So pointer is a concept in C which is very important for C, not only for C but also for different programming languages. In today's days, in high level languages also we are using pointer, and using a pointer is very much essential in today's world because it's a kind of concept that if we implement this concept in our programming or in our solution, in some cases it is very easy to find the solution, or it's very easy to program the solution. Fine. So the concept of pointer is very important for every student. So to understand the concept of pointer, we have to understand the previous things. Like we already understand the array. We already know about the variable declarations. We know about data type, everything. Fine. So pointer is very important for learning C. So let us now see what are the topics which we are going to cover in this particular video. There we will see what is pointer, then we will see what is the benefits of using pointer in C, then how to use pointer, then a special pointer known as null pointer, then different concepts attached with pointer. At last we will see a example. Fine. So let us start with the what is pointer or definition of pointer. So if I will tell the definition of pointer, I can tell a pointer is nothing but a variable, a special kind of variable which stores the address of another variable. That means pointer is a container where you can store address of a variable. Fine. So let us go to the slide and see what are the definitions of pointer. See here pointer in C are very easy to learn and fun to learn. Some C programming tasks are performed more easily with pointers, and other tasks such as dynamic memory allocations cannot be performed without pointer. So there are also some scenarios where pointer is very necessary. Without using a pointer we cannot do that particular solution. Example, dynamic memory allocation is a concept in C, not only in C, in programming languages, which cannot be performed without pointer. Fine. So what is a pointer? A pointer is a variable whose value is the address of another variable, that is direct address of a memory location. Like any variable or constant, you must declare the pointer before using it to store a variable address. Fine. So as I told, pointer is nothing a special type of variable which stores the address of other variable. Fine. So as it is a structured language, we have to declare a pointer before using that particular pointer. Fine. So here is the thing: type, a star mark, then a variable name and semicolon. Here the type indicates the pointer data type or pointer base type. That means this particular pointer is going to store the address of the variable. That particular variable whose address is going to be stored is what type. That means if you want to store a variable, store the address of a variable of an integer type, then your pointer should be of an integer type. Fine. Again, variable name or the pointer name, we can store, we can write any name. The same rule for variable name is applied here also. The thing is that the type is very important, because the type of that particular pointer indicates that which kind of variable address is going to be stored in that particular pointer. and star mark used before the variable name to indicate that it's a special type of variable known as a pointer. Fine. The same star mark used for multiplication. Fine. So let's see here the two examples. The one example is int star with character star letter. So whenever I will write int star with, it's a pointer to an integer. Pointer to an integer. And character star letter is a pointer to a character. So why it is known as pointer to? That means in width variable, as it's a pointer, in width variable we will store the address of another variable of integer type. That is why it is known as pointer to integer. That means in this particular pointer, only the address of any other integer type variable can be stored. You cannot store a character type variable address here. Only an integer type variable address can be stored here. That is why it is known as pointer to an integer. Then other one is pointer to an character. That means only another character type variable address can be stored in this particular pointer. Fine. Other than those, you cannot store anything. That means you cannot store a float type variable address in a integer pointer. Fine. Then let us see what are the benefits of using pointer in C. The first point is pointer allows to passing of array and string to a function more efficiently. In previous array video, you can see the link. I will share the link in the description area and the I section. You can go to that video and see the concepts of different concepts of array. There I have written a thing that we can pass this particular array using array in a function. So to pass an array in a function or pass a string in a function, also pointer is very important, because we will read next how it is very important. Fine. So next point is pointer makes it possible to return more than one value from the function. More than one value can be returned from a function using pointer. Pointer reduces the length of complexity of the program. Yes, it reduces the complexity of the program. It's true. Then pointer increases the processing speed. Yes, it's always true that pointer increases the processing speed, because as I told, we are not working with the value of that particular variable. We are working with the address of that particular variable, and passing address very easier than passing the variable value. Fine. And at last, pointer saves the memory. Yes, obviously it will save your memory. Fine. So let us now see how to use the pointer. So to use the pointer, we have three steps. First step is we define a pointer variable. Second step is assign the address of variable to the pointer. And the third one is finally access the variable at the address available in the pointer variable. This is done by using the unary operator star and return the value of the variable located at the address specified by its operand. So let us see what is those things. So first we have to define a variable or a pointer. So as I have written here, int n equal to 20. N is a variable of integer type. Then star pntr, pointer short form pntr, it's a pointer variable of integer type. So star pntr is a pointer variable of integer type. Then I have written that pntr is equal to ampersand of n. Pntr is equal to ampersand of n. So ampersand of n indicates that address of the variable named as n. Address of the variable named as n. So the address of variable n will be stored in PNTR. Fine. So whenever I want to print the address of n, I can write printf address of n variable is %x. %x is a format specifier for printing the address or hexadecimal numbers, ampersand of n, and the value in the PNTR is star PNTR. Ampersand of d will be used here because ampersand of n indicates address of n, star PNTR indicates value inside PNTR. Value inside PNTR. Fine. So let us see what is, so now think about the differences between ampersand of n, or there are three concepts: ampersand of n, only PNTR, and star PNTR. Three different things. So n is a variable. So here n is a variable. In this particular n variable, the value is 20. There is another variable known as PNTR, which is star PNTR, or it's a pointer type variable of integer type, which store the address of n. So whatever may be the address of this location will be stored in n. So whenever I will write ampersand of n, that means address of n, it will print the address of this memory location. So whenever I will write only PNTR, again it will print the address of n, because the PNTR contains, only PNTR contains address of n. So when you will write star PNTR, that means value of the address which is stored in this particular PNTR. That means star PNTR is equal to n. The value of star PNTR will be equal to value of n. So if you will print star PNTR and n, those two things will be equal. Similarly, if you print ampersand of n and only PNTR, those will be equal. Fine. We will see in example what are those things. Fine. So the concept is that PNTR, that there are three things: ampersand of n, PNTR, and star PNTR. Star PNTR will print the value of the address which is stored inside the PNTR. Only PNTR will print whatever may be inside PNTR, and ampersand of n will print the address of variable n. Fine. So what is a null pointer? So it is always a good practice to assign a null value to a pointer variable in case you do not have any exact address to be assigned. So this particular variable will be known as null pointer. Fine. It's a concept of null pointer. It's a concept. What is null pointer? It can come question in any interview or in any exam. What is null pointer? Fine. So here the different concepts of pointer. So we have four different concepts using pointer: pointer to an array, pointer to a pointer, passing pointer to a function or call by reference, then returning pointer from the function. So first let us see pointer to an array. So in benefits of pointer, we have seen that it is very easy to pass array or string to a function using pointer. Why it is? Suppose, let us take the example written here: double balance of 10. So that means double is the data type, balance is our array name, and 10 is the size of the array. 10 is the size of the array. If we want to give this particular thing, assign this particular thing to a pointer, the pointer cannot contain 10 number of variables in a single memory location. Pointer cannot contain 10 number of memory location addresses in a single memory area. So what it will do is, array is the consecutive memory locations of same type. We can store the address of first element of the array to a pointer. We can assign this, like see here we have written double star p is our pointer. We have assigned p is equal to ampersand of balance 0, ampersand of balance 0, or we can write p is equal to balance. Fine. So what it will do, it will store the first address of the array in the pointer. So whenever we want to access the array, we have the first address, it's a consecutive memory location. So after that the element 1 will be there, after the element 3 will be there, then 4 will be there. Fine. So we have our first memory location. So consecutive memory, as array is a consecutive memory location, if we have the first memory location, we can extract or we can access the other memory locations also. This is the concept of pointer to an array. Same thing will work with the string. Fine. Next, pointer to a pointer. Pointer to a pointer. That means here in the example is written int var is a variable, star p is a pointer, star p is a pointer to a pointer. Pointer to a pointer. So what happened actually? A pointer is a thing which store the address of a variable. Pointer is a thing which store the address of the variable. If you want to store address of that particular pointer, we need another pointer. So that particular pointer will be pointer to pointer. That particular variable will be pointer to pointer. So for that pointer we need 2 stars. That means it's a pointer storing address of another pointer. It's a pointer storing address of another pointer, known as pointer to pointer. Fine. Next, call by reference or passing pointer to a function. Very easy, nothing else. As we are passing the values, instead of passing values, pass the pointers. It will be passing the reference. Pass by reference. So pass by reference is not a very big deal. Instead of passing the values, we have to pass variables. We have to pass the pointers. So in function definition and declaration, the thing will be changed. In function definition, we have to write int star x star y instead of writing int x and int y. In the calling function, we have to write ampersand of x or ampersand of a, ampersand of b. A and b will be 2 pointers. We have to write ampersand of a, ampersand of b. That means we are passing the addresses. We are passing the address of a and address of b. Instead of passing the values inside a and b, we have passed the address of those variables. As we pass 2 addresses to those addresses, we have to catch those addresses using a pointer. If we do this process will be known as call by reference or passing pointer to a function. Fine. Similarly, whenever you will return something, return a address, and in the main function you need a pointer to catch that particular address, it will be passing or returning pointer to the function. And so in this particular video we will see a small example. We will write a C program to create, initialize and use the pointer. Fine, a very small program. Let us go to the compiler and see how this program will act. So here we are in our compiler. As I already mentioned in my previous videos also, this compiler name is dev C++. You will find the download link in the description area. So see, this is a small program written in C to declare, initialize, and use the pointer. So see here, we have a variable num of integer type, and which is initialized with value 10, and we have a pointer of integer type which is pointer to integer, and name is ptr. So we have assigned ptr is equal to ampersand of num. That means the ptr will contain address of num variable. So we have different printf statements, like first we will print the address of num, then we will print the value of num, and then we will print the address of ptr, then we will print what is the value containing by ptr, then we will print the pointer thing, that star p, that means value of value in the address which is stored inside the pointer. Fine, let us compile it and execute it or run it. See what is the to see the result or output. So this is the compilation, it's compiling is done. Oh, close it, and this is the run. So here you can see first the address of num, which is ampersand of num, will be this 6356732. Value of num, that means what the num contained value 10. Now the pointer part. First the address of pointer, that means star ptr, which we have, as we have written here. Here you can see, let us see like this, we can see here. Okay, we have written int star ptr. So what is the address of this ptr? So ultimately pointer is also a variable or a memory location. So this that particular memory, that particular variable also be having a address. Fine. So here we can see address of ptr is 6356728. Then value of ptr, that means what is the value inside the ptr is stored. Say 6356732, which is equal to ampersand of num. That means the address of variable named as num is stored inside ptr. So what is actually ptr is pointing, that means the value pointed by the ptr is star ptr. Whenever you are right, you will print star ptr, it will print the value which is inside num is equal to 10, because star ptr indicates value of the address which is stored in the pointer. Fine. So star ptr indicates the value which is stored in the address which is stored inside the ptr. That means the address stored inside the ptr is equal to num, and the value stored in num is 10. So star ptr will print 10. Fine. So this is the very small example of pointer, how to initialize it or how to declare it, how to initialize it, and how we can do work with pointer. In future videos I will post some videos, some programs solutions only based on pointer. So till that, do practice this pointer and try to understand the concept of pointer, because if you understand the concept of pointer, it will very easy to do problem solution very fascinating way. You will find it is very fun. Fine. So till the next video, do like and share my video, subscribe my channel. If you have any query, you can comment me. You will find all the video link in the description area, as well as you can find the links of the PPTs which I am using in my videos, and programs, C programs which I am showing in different videos. All the link are available in the description area. Thank you.